Church schools are for everyone, deep-rooted in Christian values and in the living Christian tradition, but open to serve the whole of society, inclusive, generous, diverse, preparing children for life, but there for everyone, deep-rooted, serving the common good. It's a beautiful vision.
A core purpose, I believe, for Christians in general, but also for church schools, is to meet the needs of the local community. So the influence of a school goes well beyond the boundaries of the school and making a difference to children. There's the opportunity to actually make a difference within the family.
We long to be agents of social transformation, and as I reflect on it, I can't see a better way of being agents of social transformation than by our schools ministry, by our commitment to this generation of children and to their remarkable school leaders.
We see teaching as a vocation, as a calling. It's the difference you can make in the lives of young people if we can encourage and inspire our teachers to be that kind of beacon that can make a difference.
I think the church has a vital role to play in education. It's been there since the beginning of education, and the number of church schools we have throughout the country means that it's a really big player in education. And I think the church has a role in not only in specifically religious education, but also educating the whole child. They have a vision for each child achieving their full potential.
I am passionate about the role that all schools have to play in their communities, but particularly Church of England schools, because I think they offer something distinctive.
Children know that they are loved and valued and cared for, and I think that's one of the crucial things in Church of England schools, that there is that extra dimension that they know that their family loves them, their school loves them, and God loves them too.
The influence of deep-rooted Christian values informs everything, whether it's maths or science. There's that deep sense that the distinctive ethos in a church school is informing every part of the curriculum.
If we don't have church schools and we don't have this conversation, then children will grow up thinking that God is on the periphery and he's not at the centre of things.
The Christian values and ethos is lived out in everything that we are about, in our welcome, in our service, in our relationships, which should be trusting and forgiving, and should be flexible and affirming and encouraging.
Where else are children and families in the wider community, apart from the local church, going to see the outworking of the gospel other than in a church school?
We have the values that we walk in the footsteps of Jesus with love, trust and forgiveness. We're very clear with parents that this is a really important aspect of our school. Children know the values, we refer to them regularly, and they're embedded into everything that we do.
Jesus says, I came to give life, life in all its fullness. And for us, that forms the foundation for everything that we do.
We think it's really important that children know and understand each other, that they recognise that they are all different and unique and special, and that they understand what makes some people different, unique and special. And by building that understanding, we can build tolerance, we can build respect, we can build empathy, and we can also give children a choice. A lot of the children I come into contact with have no faith background or other faith backgrounds. And so when I go into school, I want them to see a Christian who was fun, who was relevant, who made them feel like they mattered. If at the end of the day they don't remember the Bible story we've looked at, but they remember feeling happy and engaged and well treated, and they get, and warm inside, then I think that's a really positive thing that we've planted.
Education isn't just about learning facts. It's about developing a child spiritually, morally, socially, culturally, helping children to develop values and understanding and tolerance of other people, particularly in this increasingly globalised world that we live in. And I think church schools and specifically religious education has a huge role to play in that. We've been really strengthening the links between the University of Winchester and the Diocese, and particularly Jeff Williams, the Diocesan Education Director, has been really keen to see a sort of new, stronger relationship between the two.
Governors come from all walks of life. They have all skills that can contribute to the school, and every adult has got a skill that can be used in some way, whether it's marketing, finance, business skills, anything. It can all be used.
A few years ago now, the Church of England's education team wrote a beautiful report in which it spoke of church schools giving children a life-enhancing encounter with Christianity and with Jesus. I think this is still close to the heart of what we're about.
A really vital role of the school's ministry, I think, is the fact that it sees each child as an individual, and one of our key aims is to help each child to flourish, however that might be for them. So for some children that might be academically, for other children there'll be other gifts that they have, and part of the role, part of the job in a church school is to help to nurture those gifts in each child.
All schools need to think about those great big imponderable questions of life. You know, what is life for? Is there a God? Should we care for other people? How do we behave with compassion? And I think as Christians that is so much part of our own walk with Jesus, that we want other children and other adults to actually get hold of that and see that as a vision for their lives too, because it is life transforming.